We are back at the Dunn's Farm Trailhead, and this time we are taking our second loop trail. We're going to be hitting the Sawyer trail today. I'm not exactly sure how much the mileage is, but we're going to find out. So let's get started. Okay, we are getting started. We are going through the same entrance we did on our last hike at the Dunn's Farm Trailhead. And they have the crosscut trail, the Dunn's Farm Trail, crosscut, Dunn's Farm, and the Pioneer posted up here because you'll hit all three of those trailheads. But since they've set that up, they also have added the Sawyer Trail, which is the one we're going to go on today. We will start on the Pink Blaze, which we did last time, and then we will head over to the Yellow Blaze for the Sawyer Trail. So this is a nice, beautiful afternoon, and this is the first sunny day we've had in almost a week. So I'm super excited. I thought I was going to have my puffy on top of this. Probably going to end up taking off my hat, possibly my sunglasses when we get into the forest. But I left my gloves in the car and I brought one trekking pole with me. It is about 51 degrees and a little bit after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're going to start off. We just are going to have a great day. I'm excited. I've only done this trail once or twice before, and it was put into place after I started the Appalachian Trail and was completed by the time I got back. So I'm excited to get back out there. Here is the first split that I showed you guys the last time, and the crosscut trail goes to the left with the mint green blaze, and we are staying on the Dunn's Farm Trail with the pink blazes until we hit the next intersection, which will be Sawyer. Here's a little bit more of the first part of this trail before we hit that junction. Saw a couple people out here on the trail, which was really nice. Boy, it's beautiful out. I'm hoping that this little video series of mine, the different loops off Dunn's Farm Trailhead, will be able to get out to the people in this area that like hiking, and I'm hoping that it'll give them a little bit more information so that they'll come out here and check this out. But I also know that in order to get the word spread out more, people have to know that my channel exists. And so in order for that to happen, and I'm not exactly sure how this works, but I know that the like button helps. I think comments help. And if you subscribe, it helps. Any of those three, I think. So if you can help me out with that, I would appreciate it, because this is such a beautiful area. It's a shame that more people don't know about it. Thanks. Okay, we are coming up to the junction. The last time we were here, we took a left and followed the Pink Blaze. But today we are heading on the Sawyer Trail, and we will be hitting the Pioneer Trail in 1.3 miles. So there's another bench. They are located all around here. So today we're going to be hitting 3 different trails to make this loop. We first start off with the Sawyer, we first started off with the Dunn's Farm Trailhead. Then we moved to the Sawyer, which is the Yellow Blaze. Then we will meet up with the Pioneer Trail, and it will then meet back up with the Dunn's Farm Trail. And that will be a combined trail with the Pink and the Blue Blaze. And then we will finish back on the Dunn's Farm Trailhead. So I'm curious to see what the mileage is on this. Got a little twists and turns on this trail. I think it's kind of cool. Well, isn't that weird? Not really sure why somebody put that there, but it's an old street sign. It says big something. The rest of it is all worn out, but it's just hanging out on one of the trees. Got a nice breeze today. Oh, I love it when there's blue skies. seeing some deer hooves, deer prints, but I would be surprised if I actually saw a deer, because very rarely do I ever see the creatures of the forest out here. I know they're out here, but I don't see them very often. We are coming to the Longhorn Road crossing. This is where we would go in to the parking lot for the trailhead down that way. But at this point, there's no parking around here. Look at the limbs on that tree. Just like I said in the last video, the trail is so well marked that you can really see the blazes so well. And it's been a little, in most cases you can see one blaze, like this yellow one right here, and from this one you can see the next blaze. But in the places where you can't, like that's huge, that's a pretty big blaze. But if you can't see the blaze, there's usually no other trail coming off this area, and the trail is pretty worn, so you can tell exactly where you're supposed to be going. So right here it's telling us that we're having a left turn coming up pretty soon. So, and there it is. Here we are getting ready to cross the Ellis Ford Road, and this road will take you to a parking lot where you can jump on, I believe you're going down that way. You will jump on the Pioneer Trail, and you can either go north or south on that. You can go north towards Dunn's farm, or you can go south to either Knight's Landing, or you can go past Knight's Landing and go to Indian Ford. So each one of those little sections is 2.5 miles, and I've shown that hike on previous videos. So if you wanted to go out and check those out, you could. Still on the yellow blazes, which is the Sawyer. And that was at mile marker 1.29 was the road crossing. I showed you what a left-hand turn looked like on the blazes. This is a right-hand turn. So the one that is on the top determines which direction you should be turning. And we are at mile 1.74. Here is the intersection that we are going to be taking the left side, which this right here is all the Pioneer Trail. So the last time I just kept it going that way and didn't realize it, but this is part of the, what would you call it? The switchbacks that are over here. And there's a little bit of incline and decline here, but Longhorn Road was 0.6, Dunn's Farm was 1.3, but my watch is saying we've gone 1.8. So we must have hit the Sawyer Trail at 0.5, a half a mile in. So this is a nice little decline. And now we are on the blue blazes, which signifies the Pioneer Trail. So it's called Pioneer Trail is up there. And then it says Paget Branch and Many Seeps Walkway. This was put up here in 2019. There's a little bit of nice water down there. There's a good bit of elevation right here for our Florida trails, and we'll hit this switchback right up here. I don't know if you guys can tell the elevation or not. Let me see if I fan it out, if it'll make a difference. But we go up here and then we take a turn. We're walking at a 3.1 mile an hour pace right now. Here we come up to, it looks like an old road. I don't even know if they use it anymore, but there are signs here to head you that direction. And then we take a right to get and stay on the Blue Blazes. There's quite a bit more elevation on this loop than on the first one. But if you continue to the right and point 2, you'll come to the creek if you need some water. We are gonna head up this way and continue towards Dunn's farm, which is heading north because we're going towards the North Fork, which is the end of the Pioneer Trail. That turnoff was right at 2.7, and so it is obvious that this is going to be a much longer hike than the one that we took last time. The other thing that is here, and I'm going to go ahead and turn this around, there's a cemetery here if you're interested in seeing that. We are headed towards Borden Branch. I don't know if you can read that or not, which is the footbridge down that way that we went over last time. This right here takes you to Dunn's Farm Cemetery, which is a 0.1. I'll do that one in another hike just because of time. And I'm out here once or twice a week. The next thing that we'll hit is the campsite in this section. So I think there's 5 or 6 sections on the whole Pioneer Trail, and every section has a campsite, a backcountry campsite, which means there's no bathroom facilities, but they all have, well, all the ones that I've seen have got a picnic table and a fire ring. And I hardly ever get to see the water from here. And here's the campsite right here. So we'll go up to that so you can see it. And that right there continues on with the trail, and we will come out the other side of this campsite. I stayed here one night with the Northeast Hiking Alliance, but here is the campsite. So it doesn't have a picnic table, but it has this bench and a chair, or bench and a table. There's a bucket if you need to put down some water on the campfire. And then they've also left a little bit of firewood here. So I think we'll go back the way we came, just so I don't miss anything for you guys. Okay. It's called Mule Landing Camp Zone. And now we're back on the Pioneer Trail. And here is the creek. There's that little branch off that we saw earlier. You can come down here and get some water, but it is going to be full of tannins. And right now it looks really dirty. I think probably because of the rain that we've had. It's kicked up some stuff. But you go up these stairs here. Not only do you have a little bench you can sit in, but the trail leads you back to the campsite there. And this is called the Osteen Overlook. And this campsite is at 2.83 miles. We are getting ready to go over the footbridge, and we are at 3.19 miles. And we are 0.3 from the cemetery. That was the Pioneer Trail. Now we are joining in with the Dunn's Farm Trail. You can see the pink and the blue trail blazes right there. The last hike that we did, we came from that direction right there, which is the pink blaze. See if I can get you guys a view of that. And so we're just going to keep on moving forward over the Borden Branch footbridge, and take a right here. And now we have a combined trail with the Pioneer Trail and the Dunn's Farm Trail. And that'll take us to the hub, as I call it, where there's 4 trails that you can go from or go into, come out of, whichever way you're going. And then we'll head back to the car on the Dunn Farm Trail. It's always important to stay hydrated while you're out on the trail, even when it's cold. And right now I don't think it's very cold out. I need to take my hat off because I'm getting warm. I'm doing an electrolyte that I've just started drinking. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll take a picture of it and include it in the end of this video just so you guys can see what it is. Here we're coming up to the Prescott Falls, and I videotaped this in my last trip out here, but it started going slow-mo without me wanting it to, so I didn't keep that part. But normally this water is extremely clear, but like I said, I think it's from the storms. We have two more little waterfalls. Now, I know that for you up north, those don't really look like waterfalls, but down here in Florida, we're claiming them. Still on the combined trail. And that was at 3.55 miles to the first waterfall. Here are those first set of stairs that we hit last time, and we're getting closer and closer to the next two sets of waterfalls. I wanted to put it out there for those of you that would love to be out here hiking, but might be a little bit leery of coming out here by yourself. I was too when I first came out here, and because it's so well blazed, I just had to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And now it's so much nicer to be out here because I'm so much more familiar with it, but I don't hesitate to come out here by myself. I've never felt in danger, and it's just such a beautiful trail. So I just encourage you, take the short trail first, get yourself used to being out here by yourself, and then expand from there. Or maybe just go out a little bit and go back. But I think once you start coming out and exploring, it gets a lot easier. And it's better than sitting at home wishing you could be out here and doing nothing about it. So just some food for thought. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's where all the exciting stuff happens. We're coming up to the second waterfall, which is Schoolhouse Falls. They have a nice bench here and a rail to keep you from tumbling down the ravine. But there you have it. Another little one back there. And we are probably maybe 1/10 of a mile from Duck Pond. That one was at 4.21. And they also have a bench, and there's the waterfall. So that is all of the waterfalls on this trail. Okay, this right here is going to be where the Pioneer Trail will break off from the Dunn's Farm Trail, and it'll continue over this bridge that I'm going to show you, and it'll take you to the end of the Pioneer Trail at North Fork. if you go that direction, just know that you have to ford a river, or I'm sorry, you have to ford a creek in order to get to the end. But we are going to head through those gates right there, and it is 0.9 to get to the car. And right now we are at 4.31 miles. Let's get back to the car. We are on solid pink from here on out. So the first loop that we did was the Dunn's Farm loop, and that was 3.6. This one is going to be closer to maybe 5 1/4, 5 1/3, something like that. We'll find out when we get there. And the next one will be a little bit longer. We'll do the cross cut to the Pioneer and then back out this section right here. So we're getting ready to cross that road. And there's actually a truck parked in the parking lot, like I was telling you guys about, if you wanted to shorten up the trail. Here we go, we're crossing this road here. It is a dirt road, so not hardly any traffic, just the people that want to come out here. We will come past the Sawyer trail again, and then all there's left is we'll see the crosscut trail that we'll take next and be out at the cars. Come around this corner and there is the trailhead for Sawyer Trail, and we are at mile marker 465, and we started off that way this morning or this afternoon, and we looped around, and this is where we are finishing the loop. We are coming close to the end of this journey, so if you have made it all the way to the end of it, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you're in this area, I hope that you consider coming out here and doing the Sawyer loop off of Dunn's Farm Trailhead. And if you have any questions, pop them in the comments section and I will do what I can to help you out. So I will see you at the end of the trail, which is right around the corner, and then I will share all the distance and time and elevation stuff following the closing of this video. So thank you so much for being a part of my journey, whether I'm on the Appalachian Trail or right here in my backyard. You guys are awesome. And if you're not in this area, check out the ones in your area. If you use All Trails, one of the things I like about All Trails is it'll let you know what trails are in whatever area you're at. So if you type in your town or your area, it'll pop up and give you trails that are around that area that maybe you weren't aware of. So give it a shot. If you find any that you didn't know about, drop it in the comments and let me know. Maybe somebody else can benefit from your discovery. Okay? We're getting ready to go under the entrance, and we are at 5.2 miles. Okay, I'm stopping my watch. I'm at 5:22. You can tell the wind is picking up. It's pulling my hair back, and I'm gonna save this. Got to turn off my All Trails and then head back home so I can get ready for the event that I have to be at tonight, or that I get to be at tonight, because we have choices. So thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. And if you don't mind pushing the like button or sharing this video with someone that you think might benefit from it, I would truly appreciate it. So bye for now. Peace out.